Insidious is set to receive an exclusive 4K steelbook this summer. The Italian Job remake gets its official 4K announcement for this May. Criterion announces its new June slate, including Time Bandits on 4K. The hit HBO series The Last of Us gets an official 4K and Blu-ray announcement. And the James Cameron 4K rumors has me just as tired as you guys, but it looks like we could actually be receiving Titanic, The Abyss, True Lies, and Avatar on 4K this year. All this and more in the latest physical media report. Stay tuned. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel, your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. I am Ken, and today, guys, we are here for the Physical Media Report, episode 152. That is right, guys, your weekly dose of physical media goodness, where we talk about everything new and exciting in the world of 4K and Blu-ray. And I am so excited to be here today on this Monday afternoon to talk about all the latest and greatest physical media news. We've got so much to talk about. Like this past week, there's some weeks I come to the Physical Media Report and I'm like, I'm picking stuff out. I'm like, what exactly am I going to talk about this week that's big? But this week, it's like there's no shortage of big topics to talk about here today. Like, we've got them covered. We got you guys covered on this week's Physical Media Report. Things are really starting to heat up in the year of 2023, and I'm super excited. But before we get into it, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We talk about physical media on this channel every single day. 4Ks, Blu-rays, only the movies that you love, all that stuff there behind me. So if you like that kind of thing, definitely consider hitting the subscribe button. And then, guys, look, be sure to leave me a comment down below of everything that we talk about here today. What gets you the most excited? What gets you the most amped up? And what gets your juices flowing the most? Let me know in that comment section below. And then, turn on the bell notifications for all future videos. So let's go ahead and jump right into it, guys. Let's get into the rumors. And these rumors are brought to us by Bill Hunt with the Digital Bits. And apparently he had a conversation with the producer of Avatar, John Landau. And he alluded to, did not confirm, but he alluded to and very heavily indicated that Avatar, Titanic, True Lies, and The Abyss would be coming out in 4K this year. So again, we've been talking about these for the better part of the last 2 years on this show. And guys, look, I know what you guys are thinking. I see your comments. These are not going to come out on 4K this year, Ken. You're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. They don't care about, Disney doesn't care about physical media. James Cameron doesn't care about doing his movies in 4K. We are not getting these movies in 4K. You're wrong, Ken. You're just trying to clickbait us. You don't know what you're talking about. Look, I will admit right now, every single time I talk about one of these movies coming out on 4K, it's always like the most viewed episode of the Physical Media Report. People want these movies on 4K, but a lot of people feel like it's too good to be true, that it's not going to happen. But the producer of Avatar, guys, I mean, look, I don't know. There's always somebody talking about these movies coming out. James Cameron himself confirmed that he was working on The Abyss in 4K and that it was supposed to be out in March. March is almost over. It's obviously not coming out this month. And True Lies and Titanic and Avatar, we do rumors for these all the time. I understand that you would be hesitant to believe me on this, but again, these are just rumors. I have no idea. They're not confirmed yet. Like, I feel like there's been so many times where I've been like, look, I'm not going to talk about this and this and this until it's actually confirmed. Like, I did that with Heat. I remember, that movie kept being rumored. It was announced at one point, then they pulled back on it, and I talked about it, I think, one more time, and I'm like, look, I'm not gonna talk about this one anymore until it's actually confirmed. And I kind of feel that way about these 4 movies. Also Aliens, which is not included in this slate, and I don't even think he asked about Aliens in the interview. I don't know. I had to go back and watch it. It was a little clip. He's actually posted it on his Twitter. So go check out the Digital Bits on Twitter if you want to see the full clip. But I don't know if he brought up Aliens or not, but The Abyss, True Lies, Titanic, Avatar, everybody wants these movies in 4K. We're hungry for it. We need it. Will it actually happen this year? Well, producer John Landau says it is. So is that enough to get everybody believing that it's actually going to happen? Let me know in that comment section below. Obviously, guys, these are huge movies. We would love to see them in 4K. That does it for rumors, guys. Let's go ahead and jump into the news and announcements, the stuff that is actually coming out. And we got a lot of stuff to get into. The Insidious 4K Steelbook is coming out from Sony on June the 20th. This is going to have Dolby Vision, HDR, and Dolby Atmos. And I was actually really excited to see that it has the Dolby Atmos because this movie is incredibly atmospheric, and I feel like it depends on the sound for a lot of the eerie qualities. And I just feel like watching this movie in Dolby Atmos is really going to enhance the scare factor, because this is a very, like, I don't know exactly what I mean by this, but a very like sound-centric movie. Like, the sound is a huge part of the movie Insidious, from the score and the soundtrack. Just the ambient noises and the entire nature and the atmosphere of this movie just lends itself to that sound upgrade. So I cannot wait to watch Insidious in 4K. Again, just visually, this movie is going to look spectacular in 4K, and I'm hoping that this means, I'm sure we'll get Insidious Chapter 2 in 4K. They'll probably do a steelbook for that somewhere down the line. But I'm hoping that this means that James Wan is not only working with Sony on upgrades, because this is approved by James Wan. He's actually helping out with the transfer here. But I'm hoping that the next step, because he just worked with Scream Factory to do Dead Silence, so I'm hoping that the next step is to do the first 2 Conjuring movies in 4K, because I'm pretty sure like most of the other like Conjureverse movies have 4Ks except for the first Conjuring movie. I mean, the third Conjuring movie has a 4K release, but we don't have one for the first 2 Conjuring movies. Now, that would be Warner Brothers to put those out. So hopefully they're working on 4Ks of the first 2 Conjuring movies, because I think both of those movies definitely deserve 4K upgrades for sure. They will look fantastic. So I'm excited for Insidious on 4K for sure. That's definitely my favorite of the franchise. I like the other Insidious movies okay, but I think that the first one is a truly iconic masterpiece of the horror genre. So I'm definitely down to watch this one in 4K for sure. One of the very few like really, really scary PG-13 horror movies. I don't think a lot of people realize that, but Insidious is rated PG-13. I think it utilizes that rating very well, and still doesn't take away from the scare factor at all. I think it's an amazing horror film. So Insidious on 4K, definitely excited for that one. The Italian Job, guys, the remake from 2003 is coming out on 4K from Paramount on May the 16th. So it has an official release date. So I've talked about The Italian Job coming out on 4K for sure. I'm definitely excited to watch this one on 4K. I remember seeing this movie in the theaters. The only thing I remember about this movie is, one, it has Mark Wahlberg, Charlize Theron in it, Edward Norton's got a great cast. But I just remember like the Mini Cooper was like a huge deal. Like after this movie came out, I feel like everybody was driving around Mini Coopers or wanted a Mini Cooper. That's the main thing I remember about this movie. I still need to go back and watch the original. I bought that Kino Lorber, but have not watched it yet. So I'm going to try to watch that before this comes out so I can watch both of them. I may do something fun, like maybe do like a double 4K review of both Italian Jobs or something when this one comes out. But I'm excited to rewatch this one in 4K. Again, I have not seen it in 20 years since I saw it in the theater. So definitely excited to revisit it in 4K, and hopefully Paramount does a good job on that one. That comes out on May the 16th. The Night of the Hunter 4K, guys, has officially been announced by Kino Lorber to come out on May the 9th, and this is going to have Dolby Vision HDR. So I watched this movie for the first time. I bought the Criterion, and initially when I heard about the 4K it was coming, I initially wanted to wait for the 4K, but I'm really glad that I didn't wait, because this movie was fantastic. I absolutely loved it, and I'm really excited to watch this one in 4K, because I just think that black and white in 4K with the HDR is truly underrated. And I just wish that more people would wake up to the fact that HDR doesn't necessarily mean color enhancement only. It can really enhance a black and white film as well. In some cases, I feel like better than it can color films, because you really get that contrast between the black and the white, and I think it just looks really great. So I'm excited. Look, Kino Lorber, they've been knocking it out of the park. They've been doing fantastic work. So I'm sure they're going to do a great job on Night of the Hunter on 4K, coming out on May the 9th. So I'm super excited for that one for sure. We also got The Last of Us, the complete first season, coming out on 4K and Blu-ray from Warner Brothers on July the 18th. So I just finished this series on HBO Max last week. I didn't love it. I'm going to be honest, guys. I know a lot of people really loved it. My wife and I are probably going to talk about that on our channel pretty soon. I didn't love it, so I don't know if I'm going to pick up this physical media release or not, but I am happy about the fact that it is getting a physical media release. I definitely think that more TV shows, more streaming shows need physical media releases for sure. So I'm happy they're giving this one the physical media treatment. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some Zavi exclusive steelbooks as well, but it has a official 4K and Blu-ray US domestic release coming out on July the 18th. So if you're excited about The Last of Us coming out on physical media on 4K, let me know in that comment section below. We also have the 4K release of Les Miserables. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Coming out on 4K from Universal in summer of 2023. So I have never seen this movie. Again, this doesn't have an official release date yet, but this is coming out. It was announced on Bluray.com. Haven't seen this movie. I know it's got Dakota Fanning in it, I'm pretty sure. I think it's got Hugh Jackman in it as well. It's a musical. Haven't seen it. I definitely need to check it out. I definitely want to check it out. Let me know if I need to pick up this 4K in that comment section below. Next up, we have the Lighthouse 4K Collector's Edition that was just announced by A24. Like right before I came in here to film the physical media report, they put this up on their website. They sent me an email on it. Looks like a really nice edition. I'm definitely thinking about getting this one. I am a fan of the Lighthouse, and again with black and white and 4K, I think that this one's gonna look really amazing, but it's available on A24's website right now. I will link that down below in the description if you want to pick this one up. Children of the Corn, guys, is coming out on Blu-ray. The new Children of the Corn, I think it's like a remake or something from RLJE on May the 9th. I've heard terrible things about this movie, so I don't think I'm going to be picking this one up. But again, let me know if you guys are in the comment section below. Any Corn fans out there? Children of the Corn, not the band, but the Children of the Corn fans, let me know in the comment section below. Criterion announced their June slate, guys, last week. We got Time Bandits on 4K coming out June the 13th. We got The Rules of the Gang coming out on 4K on June the 6th, which is a film from 1939. So cool to see more 30s movies get the 4K treatment. The Servant coming out on June the 20th. And Barry Jenkins' Medicine for Melancholy is coming out on June the 20th as well, which is the same director that did Moonlight, which I'm actually a huge fan of his. So I may actually pick that one up at some point. And the Pasolini 101 new 4K restorations of 7 films from this director coming out on June the 27th. I know a lot of people are excited about this big box set from Pasolini. Hopefully I'm saying his name correctly. A lot of people are excited for this. I am not familiar with this filmmaker. I know, guys, I'm a very basic cinephile, very basic film fan. I know a lot of people are excited for it, but to me, this slate, again with Criterion doing a lot of their stuff, looks like they're doing a lot of Terry Gilliam 4K upgrades this year. It feels like the year of Terry Gilliam on 4K. I feel like David Lynch was the guy they were upgrading for the longest time. Now they're doing Terry Gilliam films in 4K. So I never picked up Time Bandits on Blu-ray, so this might be a good opportunity for me to grab the 4K when it comes out June the 13th. But again, another lackluster slate for me. But again, that's just me personally. If you're excited about these movies, let me know in the comment section below. I mean, we got 2 4Ks and we got a big box set with 7 movies in it. It's just nothing that really moves the needle for me. I'm honestly most excited for Medicine for Melancholy, if I'm being honest, and that comes out on June the 20th. So yeah, that's the Criterion slate. Let me know. Again, we had such a good month of announcements with May. Like, I was truly interested in like 3 or 4 of those titles coming out to come to this month, and I'm kind of interested in getting Time Bandits on 4K. I've heard good things about that movie. I'm honestly just lukewarm on a lot of the stuff in this slate. But again, let me know if you're excited for it in the comment section below. Shazam! Fury of the Gods is coming out from Warner Brothers at some point this year. We got several editions. Again, this has no official release date as of yet. I would imagine this is probably going to hit May, early June at some point, but we've got to look at all the exclusives that are going to be coming out. There's going to be a 4K, there's going to be a Blu-ray, there's going to be a 4K Walmart edition, which actually looks really nice. It's got that gold 100th anniversary banner on it, which looks cool. The 4K Steelbook as well, which looks really awesome, the Best Buy exclusive. So yeah, lots of exclusives coming out for Shazam! Fury of the Gods. I haven't got a chance to see this movie yet. To be honest, I'm not the most excited for it because I saw the first Shazam and I wasn't the biggest fan of that, but I'm probably going to take the kids to see this one this week for sure. I've heard some fun things about it. I've heard it's at least fun, so I'll go take the kids to see it and make up my own mind. I don't know if I'm going to be getting this one when it comes out, but who knows? I may. Let me know if you're excited for Shazam or if the movie was any good because it came out this weekend. Let me know in that comment section below. Leon the Professional is getting a 4K Zavi exclusive deluxe box set, which just looks amazing. Like, Zavi does some great exclusive deluxe box sets, and like this one looks top notch for sure. So if you're a fan of Leon Professional, definitely get on the Zavi website and look to pre-order this one. Now, if you're in the US, which I imagine most of my viewers probably are, I think that the Zavi shipping thing's still going on, but you might be able to get this off of like, Orbit or Diabolic DVD or something like that. They can get a stock in. So definitely hit up those websites, see if you can pre-order it off of there. We got the Wolf Creek Ultimate Edition Blu-ray set coming out from Viavision Entertainment. So Wolf Creek, I'm not 100%, but I feel like this one has not gotten an official Blu-ray release yet. I feel like it's still on DVD. I actually still have my DVD copy of it. So this is an Australian horror film. I think it's like a survival horror film. I've seen the movie, but it's been like 20 years since I've seen it. So this one's getting a Blu-ray set from Viavision, which is also an Australian label. So this one definitely kind of fits. I guess that's why they're doing a special edition box set for it. This is a 2-disc set with the theatrical and unrated cuts, and this is going to be available on May the 31st. So again, this is a Viavision Entertainment release, not an imprint release, but the same company that puts out the imprint titles is putting out this set. Looks like a really awesome set. We also got the Nutty Professor, the original Nutty Professor with Jerry Lewis, coming out on 4K from Paramount on May the 23rd. So this doesn't have like an official announcement, but it is on Bluray.com that it is on the slate to come out on May the 23rd. So I would love the Eddie Murphy Nutty Professors to come out on 4K, but I do actually remember watching this Nutty Professor a lot when I was a kid. I think my sister was a huge fan of Jerry Lewis, so I remember watching the Nutty Professor, and I think Cinderfella is what it was called. It was like a Cinderella, like it was like a twist on Cinderella only with Jerry Lewis in the Cinderella role. I think I'm right with there. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember watching the original Nutty Professor on VHS like all the time when I was a kid, so I probably will pick this one up because I feel like I'll be nostalgic for it. But I really want the Eddie Murphy movies on 4K as well. Like I think that those need 4K. You need to get the 4K treatment as well. We need to see that farting dinner table scene in 4K. We need it right now. But I'm excited for Nutty Professor, the original one, to come out on 4K. And I'm sure it's going to look great. Coming out from Paramount on May the 23rd. We also got the original Vacation starring Chevy Chase, directed by Harold Ramis, getting a 4K release from Warner Brothers on July the 4th. So I don't think this is an official announcement, but it is on Bluray.com. It has like a placeholder image of the 4K release. So look, I'm definitely, look, I love Vacation. I do love Vacation. Probably my third favorite of the franchise. I love Christmas Vacation and I love Vegas Vacation. I would love for them to do Vegas like later on this year. Skip European. You can do European because I would like to have them all in 4K anyway, but do Vegas next and then do European. Do them in order of popularity because that's what I feel like they're doing. You know, obviously Christmas Vacation is the most popular. Then you go to Vacation. Then you go to Vegas Vacation. Then you go to European Vacation is the route that I think you go with these vacation movies. But this is a great comedy, guys. I love the movie, and I'll be super excited to watch this one in 4K for sure. Shooter on 4K, guys, is coming out from Paramount on May the 16th. It's getting Dolby Vision and HDR as well. So Shooter actually came out on 4K, I'm pretty sure, in a steelbook like a year or two ago. So, and it wasn't a very nice steelbook, so I didn't pick it up. And to be honest, like I watched this movie, I remember when it came out, I don't really remember too much about it. I don't really remember it being too memorable, and I don't remember really enjoying it all that much either. So I'm probably not gonna pick this up, but I think that the Dolby Vision is an addition to this. But again, could be wrong. This is coming out on May the 16th. We also have some deals, guys, to get into. I covered a lot of these this morning on a video. I talked about all the Hamilton Book Arrow video deals, and then I talked about all these deals, but I'll cover them again briefly. I'll link the Amazon links down below if you want to purchase any of these deals. But we got Planet of the Apes 4K trilogy for $17.99. That's a great deal for that. Wolf of Wall Street on 4K. The 4K Steelbook is $17.99. Heat on 4K is $8.99. Blade Runner on 4K is $18.99. Justice League on 4K is $13.99. Shazam on 4K is $12.99. Assassin's Creed on 4K is $5.99. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, this is the one that burns me the most, on 4K for $22.99 for that movie. I paid $32.99 for it. It's dropped a full $10 in the last 2 weeks. My best friend's wedding is also on 4K for $18.80 as well. So definitely some great deals going on right now. Definitely check those out. I'll link them all down below in the description. Now let's go ahead and get into what is new this week, guys. And this is not a huge week for physical media, but it's definitely a really solid week for releases. We got Red Eye coming out on 4K for the first time on Blu-ray and 4K. And again, guys, when I say for the first time on Blu-ray, I have a lot of people correct me on this. I kind of more or less mean domestically. I know in some other countries they may get Blu-ray releases of some of these films that I talk about, but I mean more or less domestically. And that's the first time that Red Eye has been released domestically on Blu-ray and 4K. And this release, I'm pretty sure, is going to have a Blu-ray and a 4K in it. This is coming out from the Paramount Presents line for $34.99. So it's an incredible looking edition. I'm super excited to get this one in. I'll definitely be reviewing this on the channel as soon as possible, as soon as I get it in on 4K for sure. Dragon Slayer also comes out on 4K, guys, from Paramount for $19.99 for the regular 4K. We're also getting a 4K Steelbook for $25.99 and a Blu-ray for $14.99 as well, a standalone Blu-ray for that. So I don't know if that's the first time this movie's been put out on Blu-ray, and that's why they're doing an additional Blu-ray release, which, to be honest, Red Eye should be doing as well, like do an additional Blu-ray release. So if people don't want the 4K, they have the option to get the Blu-ray. But Dragon Slayer, I've already received in my 4K copy of this, so definitely expect a review for that on the channel this week. We also have Inland Empire coming out on Blu-ray, guys, from Criterion for $27.99, the David Lynch film. I think it's one of the last David Lynch films they need in the Criterion collection because most of his movies are already on the Criterion collection. Megan on Blu-ray, guys, from Universal for $22.95. And this is the unrated cut. So there's nothing really added to this unrated cut in terms of like length of film, but more or less it just adds in a couple more F words and adds in a little bit more gore. So I don't think any of the scenes change. They just add in a little bit more of that gore that they took out to get it the PG-13 rating in the theaters. But you will get the unrated cut on this release, and you'll also get the theatrical cut on this release as well. We got Babylon coming out from Paramount on 4K for $27.99. Also getting a 4K steelbook for $34.95 and a Blu-ray for $22.96 as well. So I already reviewed this one on the channel. Definitely go check that out if you missed it. See if that one's worth picking up. We also have the last of the Rocky 4K steelbooks coming out this week. Rocky 4 comes out with a 4K steelbook from Warner Brothers for $29.99. We also have Dr. Giggles coming out on Blu-ray this week from Screen Factory for $24.99. I'm definitely interested in picking up Dr. Giggles at some point. I don't think I'm going to get it week 1, but this is one that I want to check out based on all the horror fans' excitement for this release. I'm definitely looking forward to checking it out. We also have 3 shout releases coming out this week. We have Sorry Wrong Answer coming out for $20.99. We have Crazy People coming out for $22.99, and we have Critical Condition starring Richard Pryor coming out for $22.99 as well. We have The Long Wait coming out on 4K from Classic Flicks for $27.99. We have Star Trek Strange New Worlds coming out on Blu-ray, getting a Blu-ray release. This is season 1 of this coming out from Paramount for $33.59, the regular Blu-ray release, and also a steelbook release of this for $39.89 as well. We also have Final Exam coming out on 4K from Dark Force Entertainment, and we have 4 new releases coming out from Kino Lorber. We have Lucky Jordan coming out for $17.99. We have Never Say Die coming out for $17.99. Thanks for the Memories for $17.99, and we have Flaming Ears coming out for $19.99 as well. We have Seriously Red, which is some kind of like Dolly Parton impersonator movie that's new. I thought this was an older movie. Then I looked at it and said 2022. This is coming out from Lionsgate for $17.99. Definitely a beautiful slipcover on that one though. And lastly, we have Left Behind: Rise of the Antichrist, a film directed by the great Kevin Sorbo for $12.99. And with that, guys, we are done with this week's edition of the Physical Media Report, episode 152. I hope you feel more informed in the world of physical media. Definitely, guys, if you can, give me a like on this video, subscribe to this channel, comment down below of everything that we talked about. What are you the most excited about? Turn on those bell notifications and follow me on all my social media accounts. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Letterboxd, I'm on TikTok. Follow me at all those places. Those links are down below in the description, and we'll see you next time.